Hi, welcome back to the Northeast Film Festival. I'm Dana, and I'm standing here with Andrew Napier.
Nice to meet you, Dana.
Nice to meet you, Andrew. Pleasure to meet you. Andrew has many facts on his brain, which we noticed earlier at the award ceremony. Oh, he has a fact now. Let's hear it.
Every year, over 100 people die of choking on ballpoint pens. Serious issue. I just wanted to bring awareness to it.
Do you know any of these people personally?
No, not yet, but I might be one of them. I chew on pens all the time. So
Let's hope not.
When I die of choking on a pen, you can start the foundation.
Will do. I promise. So let's talk about some of the films that you were a part of. You were part of 7 films, all which were nominated for awards. But tonight you won Best Documentary for Mad as Hell. Can you tell a little bit about it?
Sure. I've made quite a number of movies since I moved to LA 7 years ago. But I've been working on one film that entire time up until about a year ago, and that is Mad as Hell. When I moved to LA, I didn't know anybody, I didn't have a place to live, and I didn't have a job. And so I started working as an intern for a company called the Young Turks. And eventually, Young Turks blew up on YouTube, and we became very big, and I was a director and producer of the show. But I didn't move to LA to do essentially a 9-to-5 internet news show. I came to be a filmmaker. So Cenk, the host of the show, is this bombastic, over-the-top, larger-than-life character. So to justify in my own head, going to work every day, I was filming behind the scenes, and I asked Cenk, I said, I think in the first couple of weeks of me interning, before I was even an actual employee, I said, Cenk, what would you think if I made a documentary about you? And he said, I've always wanted someone to make a documentary about me. And if you know Cenk, it makes sense. So I just started filming behind the scenes, and years went by, and I captured this incredible story from, the online revolution and us blowing up on YouTube to going on to MSNBC to corruption and politics and media on a national level to Al Gore and Current TV to Al Jazeera back to the internet, and I just got really lucky. I was in the right spot at the right time. I filmed it all. I worked in a number of other films, and I was very lucky and able to leave the Young Turks and continue making films and make a living doing so, which I'm very, very grateful that that's the case, because that's very hard. So I made a number of films, and I left the Young Turks, and the Young Turks were nice enough because they didn't ever really believe. They were always kind of yeah, Andrew's making a documentary, sure. They got so used to me filming that they just ended up talking candidly like there was no camera, which really helped, I think, the documentary. So because they never really believed that I would actually make anything of it, they're like, yeah, you can have the rights, you can have the footage, you can have it. So I owned it. I had 100% creative control, I had final cut, I had business control, and so I was able to make the film impartial. Even though I was an employee, I was on the inside, but I made the film as an outsider. And I'm really proud of it, and I'm really grateful to Larry for keeping the film alive and showing it on the big screen. And he also showed a film I made when I was 16 years old called Mary and Bill, about a 90-year-old triathlete woman and a 83-year-old high jumper, and an animated film I did in college, and a few other films I did recently. And it's a huge honor for him to keep these films alive and for him to be showing them in the theater. It means a lot.
Yeah, congratulations. One of the other films you won for was Best Director of a Short for Grandma's Not a Toaster. Can you tell us a little bit about that one?
One of I think Larry mentioned this during the fest. I did a film with Sean Christensen, who is the writer and the star of Grandma's Not a Toaster, called Curfew. And are you familiar with that one? So that one was the Oscar winner for Best Live Action Short in 2013. And then we made a feature out of that called Before I Disappear, which was the one that played here, and Larry was talking about on there. And Curfew, there's a lot of humor in it, but it's a pretty serious film. And I also, as well as produce and write and edit, I direct, and Sean likes to act, so we wanted to do something after Curfew that was not serious, that was goofy, fun, but we also wanted to, we didn't want to just do a Funny or Die skit. We wanted to do something that was kind of push things technically, and I really thought of it as just kind of learning experience. If I'd known how many people would see it, it's on airplanes, Tribeca Film Festival premiered it, and it's all over the internet, and Vimeo shows it, and a lot of people saw it. If I knew how many people saw it, I would have probably put more time and money into it. But I thought of it as this sort of experiment challenge where I had 4 characters, and I was going to do the film in 4 different takes, each one from the perspective of the character. And we did. We shot it over 2 days. We did 2 perspectives a day. And we tried to take what probably would have just been a Funny or Die skit, but elevate it by shooting it in a very unique way. And I'm really proud of it. But again, if I had known so many people would have ever saw it, I would have probably shot it over 4 days and not 2. But you live and learn, and every film you just take whatever you messed up on the last one, and you learn, and then you apply it to the next one. You got to just move forward, not look back.
Cool. Well, they all sound fantastic. Congratulations on all of your awards, and we hope to see you again next year.
Yeah, I don't know. He has used all my films. I've got nothing left. I don't know if I'll ever be back. And I already got my achievement award, so I'm pretty much actually going to retire. I think this is the end for me. This is the height of my career. It's all peaked. It's all downhill from here. It was good to be here. I'll enjoy it. I'll enjoy this one spotlight while I have it. And yeah, it's all downhill. So thanks for this great career. I appreciate it. I can die happy.
You're welcome. Personally, you're welcome. I did all of it. Thanks, everybody. Oh wait, one more thing.
Most awkward interview ever.
Thanks.